Alam natin minsan napakalayo talaga ng bunga sa puno. Sometimes ibang-iba talaga ang ugali ng anak sa ama. Minsan okay ang ama, mabait, mapagmahal, pero pagdating sa anak, baliktad, masama, sakim. And that is exactly the story that I want to share with you today. It's the story of King Ahaz. King Ahaz was an evil king. When you compare him to his father, napakalayo ng diferensya. Itong kanyang ama, mabuting hari. And because he was a good king, the Lord blessed him and he prospered. Pero pagdating dito sa kanyang anak na si King Ahaz, ibang-iba talaga. Because not only did he worship false gods, but he even sacrificed his own children just to please the gods that he worship. And because of that, God was really angry with him at ginamit ng Panginoon ang Syria at ang northern kingdom of Israel para parusahan sila. And because of that, pumunta ngayon itong si King Ahaz sa hari ng Assyria. Okay, let me be very clear. Iba ang Syria, iba ang Assyria. Ang Syria kalaban ng Juda. Ang Assyria, yun ang pinuntahan ng Juda para humingi ng tulong. So one day, nung natalo na ang Syria, itong si hari ng Assyria pumunta sa Syria. So King Ahaz decided, bibisitahin ko itong hari ng Assyria na nasa Syria ngayon. So he went there, he saw an altar. May nakita siyang isang altar kung saan doon nagsasacrifice ang mga Syrians. Okay? So he made a copy. Pinadala niya sa Jerusalem, sa kanyang hometown. And he told the priest, Urijah, gawa ka ng replika nito. Gumawa ka ng something nakaparehong-kapareho nito at gagamitin natin to bilang kapalit dun sa altar na ini-specify ng Panginoon. Of course, this is a no-no. Kasi you need to follow the specifications of the Lord when you build Him His temple at lahat ng mga furnitures na gagamitin mo. But he didn't do this. And some people speculate, baka naman nagandahan siya doon sa altar sa Syria. Kaya gusto niya kopyahin ito. But the reality is, the reason why he did that was because he was trying to gain the favor of the Syrian gods. You see, nung natalo sila sa Syria, the mindset of Ahaz was, if I can only get their gods and worship their gods, malamang mananalo din ako. But the problem is, he's not fixing the problem. He's making it worse. And that is the problem with most of us. Kadalasan, ayaw natin ayusin kung ano ba talaga ang root cause ng issue. Paikot-ikot tayo para tayong nasiraan ng baterya sa kotse pero pinalitan mo yung windshield, pinalitan mo yung upuan, naglagay ka ng turbochargers, pinalitan mo yung tambucho, kung ano-anong ginawa mong sa accessories pero ayaw mong palitan ang baterya. You see, pag pinalitan mo baterya, dissolve na yung problema mo. And this is exactly what we do today. Papalitan natin ang kung ano-anong mga bagay-bagay sa buhay natin. Kung ano-ano ang dadagdagan natin. Dadagdagan natin ng feng shui, dadagdagan natin ng agimat, lucky charms. We practice all sorts of meditation, kung ano-anong klaseng new age practices, mantras. Magjo-join tayo ng mga kung ano-anong klaseng mga bagay-bagay. Pero we just don't want to face the music. Because if we do, then that means we need to surrender our lives to God. We need to make Him the Lord of our lives. You see, that's the problem with most of us. We keep denying the purpose by which we were created in the first place. You see, this is a simple fact na dapat maintindihan natin. We are vessels. We are containers. We are picture frames made to contain and to reflect the image of God. You cannot put whatever gods you like and expect things to work out for you. Sabi nga ni Blaise Pascal, there is a God-shaped vacuum in the heart of each man which cannot be satisfied by any created thing, but only by the God creator, no, the God who created us, made known through Jesus Christ. And with that, God bless.